Hey, good morning, Be Real. How you doing today, my man?
Good, man. Just chilling.
Good. Are you guys close to being in town yet, or are you guys still out and traveling?
Yeah, we're still traveling. We're on the bus, heading over now.
Awesome.
Okay, so where you guys performing when you get out here to Atlanta?
Um, what is the name of the place? I think it's the Tabernacle. That's right.
Tabernacle.
The
Okay.
Tabernacle.
Yeah, we're heading over to the Tabernacle. We got a show tonight in Tampa, and right after Tampa, we're going to be trucking it down to Atlanta to set up the Tabernacle show.
Awesome. So you guys are playing at the Tabernacle Saturday. What time's that go off?
I believe doors are around 7 or 8, and I think we go on at like 10, something like that.
Awesome. So you guys are
That's in the running order.
so you guys are still out and about and touring as it goes along. So I got a couple questions for you about your touring process, because I know you guys have been in the game since what, 1988 was the original.
Well, we got signed in 1990. We put our first record out in 91.
Okay. Okay, so what is the difference like between touring in the '90s when you first got signed and you guys started originally touring for the very first time? What is the difference between then and now?
The buses are better.
That comes with a bathroom. Is that what you're saying?
Well, no. There's still the no deuce rule and on the tour bus.
Yes. Oh, that's
Can't do
awesome.
that. They've gotten better, definitely, and I don't know. The shows, they're always great to do. It's always exciting. You see people getting up to the music, but I think the biggest thing we've noticed is that our audience, still is an audience as well. You have the people our age and a little bit older.
Correct.
You have a younger fan base that you're like, wow, I can't believe these young folks know what this is, and they know all the words and they're going crazy to it. So that's definitely one thing that we've noticed, is that the audience still gets younger in places that we go. It's a good mix, of old and new.
That's awesome. What is the one song that most of the younger, I'll say younger crowd, that when you're up on stage and you guys are playing a song, what is the most crowd participation? Which song is that?
That's a hard one. I think Hand on the Pump, there's a lot of crowd participation in that. Insane in the Brain,
Yes.
Rock Superstar, and probably any of the weed anthems.
Well, since you rolled us into that, what do you feel about Colorado and Washington passing it for legal, making it legal just for recreational use?
I think it's great, man. It goes to show you where people's hearts are at, and their passion about, getting that plant legalized, for medicinal, for recreational, just all around the board. And, I thought that California being, one of the most progressive states in terms of, the medical marijuana issue and whatnot, I thought we'd be the first, but
So did I.
we had a chance. We had a chance a couple years ago, but there was a couple people that are so-called pro-legalization activists that were causing confusion, telling people not to vote on the measure that would have legalized it. And, that kind of messed everything up for us in California. So we got to wait for the next voting cycle, to get that initiative back up there. And I think this time it'll pass, being that Washington and Colorado passed, because those two states were behind us. And now we're in third, man. But it's great.
Well,
It's great because I think Colorado is gonna put up a good model of how they want these dispensaries to run nationwide, and I think that's going to be the difference. I think when if that works out the way everything is planned out, we'll see legalization in a lot of other states as well with that model that Colorado has in place.
yeah, Rhode Island, I think, was it Rhode Island and Maine, I believe, are also on the ballot. They've got one coming up also to legalize it, and it's coming up shortly, like a statewide kind of one. So they'd be like 3 and 4. So you guys would be kind of fifth at this point. But I mean, if it passes, it passes. I mean, I know you guys have been big advocators and stand up for yourselves and what you do and what you believe in, and you've been doing that for a long time, and I back you, my man.
Well, we keep it moving. It's something that we believed in, before we even made records and stuff. So, it's still something that's close to us today, and we still push forward with it and do what we can to show our support and educate people, that maybe don't know what's going on.
Right. You said that you guys, had been doing it since the very beginning before you even started doing music. So that's going to bring me up to my next question is, who were your some of your guys' like musical inspirations as you were growing up, as you were getting ready to, start doing a band thing?
Well, we've listened, we used to listen to everything. So, as far as hip hop goes, I'd say Run DMC, Public Enemy, Beastie Boys, Rakim, LL Cool J, Boogie Down Productions. And outside of hip hop, I would definitely say like the old school rock stuff, like the Beatles, like Led Zeppelin, Black Sabbath, the Doors, and the list goes on, man. Ozzy Osbourne on his solo stuff. There was so many things that we listened to that influenced us in some way or another, those were a few of the bands.
Well, so that puts you around. I mean, not to get age-wise, but that puts you guys at like around my age. I mean, because that's the stuff that I was listening to growing up, and it was pretty awesome. I mean, and you guys were one of my main influences also. I grew up listening to you guys. No offense, I don't want to call you old or nothing, but I listened to your stuff growing up. And
all good, no offense.
y'all were going big when I was still in high school. So
that's real.
But and it's awesome to see you guys are still out there and kicking it good. So I mean, what is the craziest, like the most insane thing you guys have seen, like when you're out on tour? What is the craziest moment?
Well, this is probably one of the stories that we tell so much, and it's a real quick, short story. But one of the greatest things that I've seen was there was a particular that we were doing with the House of Pain, Funk Dubious. It was the Soul Assassins tour, if I'm not mistaken. And we were doing a show in San Jose, California, and we were coming back to Los Angeles to finish out the tour. So, we had done the show, and we were packing up our things, to head to Los Angeles. And I guess one of the guys from the House of Pain, they forgot something in the bay of the bus. And so they sent the tour manager out to retrieve whatever he forgot in the big luggage, whatever. Maybe it was some herb or something, I don't know. And he goes to pull out the bag of the bay of the bus, and out come two girls rolling out of the luggage bay of the bus.
Oh, wow.
They were going to roll all the way to Los Angeles from San Jose and the Bay.
Oh, that's
Wow.
crazy. Talk about groupie love. Damn. Woo, that's crazy. All right, man.
Very long time ago, man. That was like probably close to 20 years ago.
Oh, man.
Holy cow.
But that one stands out in the mind, because if you would have seen the two bodies roll out, it was the most hilarious thing ever.
Tuck and roll, Grandma. Awesome.
Man.
Well,
They didn't end up getting to LA, but hey, they gave it a good shot.
all right, man. Well, give us 1 second. We're gonna do a quick commercial break, and we'll come right back to you. All right, man.
All right, cool.
In your face, all over the place. We're online 24/7. 24/7. You're listening to the hottest internet station. WSCT Worldwide.
All right, we had to do a quick ad pop for the station here real quick. Let's get back to talking to Be Real. I've got a few questions from actual listeners out there that want to hear some things, and then we're going to let him go because he's probably got a lot more important crap to do than talk to us, that's for sure. So,
All good.
so I got a couple questions. I got one from my buddy DJ, actually, in New York, asked me a question. He wanted to know if New York green was the best green that you've had, or Where was better?
Really?
Yeah, he wanted to know. That was his question, man.
Well, you know, I think it's a matter of opinion, right? You know, but in mine, I think the three best places to get herb at right now in the States is at number one, California.
Okay.
Always we got the best growers there.
All right.
In my opinion, and I've been everywhere to take the taste test, and it's just the truth. Sorry, everywhere else. Number two is Colorado. They've stepped their game up in such a big way that it's like very noticeable. Number three, Canada.
Really?
And then after that, Amsterdam. Amsterdam used to be number one, but those are the.
He said Canada.
And then New York is number five.
New York's number five?
If you find the right people. Yeah, if you find the right people in NYC, they will get you some good sour diesel and a hybrid of some OG that's really good. So those are my top 5 places. People might disagree, but, you know, they don't know nothing.
Well, Chris is surprised you said Canada, but I heard Vancouver is one of the best places.
Oh, my goodness. Van City, Vancouver, like, you know, we went over there just recently for a solo tour I was doing. And, you know, I, like, underestimated what they were doing over there, man. And I got to say, to me, that's what puts Canada on the map is Vancouver with what they got going on over there, man. So,
really? Okay.
You know, that's why I put them up there. I mean, you know, we tasted a lot of good stuff over there in Canada this year, but Vancouver by far had the best.
Oh, okay. All right.
In Canada.
I got another a question from Eric out of Sherrill, New York. He said he wants to know if there's a recorded version of How I Could Just Kill a Man that you did a collaboration with Rage Against the Machine on. Is it anywhere to be found?
The only, you know, they recorded that collaboration through a live show that they did at the Olympic Theater. That's the only known recording of it that I know of, but we never went to a studio and actually, you know, flipped the vocals like we did it live. You know, when we did it live, it was just sort of like, okay, you do this part, we'll do this part, and, you know, we didn't practice it, we just went up and did it.
Awesome.
And I mean, to me, it would have been great to go in the studio and re-record their version with them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Have our original version, then their remake, and then a remix of us and them doing it together. But that never happened because shortly after they broke up.
Yeah.
And, you know, so you all know the story goes after that.
I think you should work on it. I think you should work on it.
You know, I think it's something that it would be interesting still, you know, if we actually did a recording of it together.
Yeah.
You know, a remix.
Excellent, yeah.
Years later.
I buy it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying, because, like, I've got a lot of friends that are metal fans and that are also fans of you, and people are actually want to hear it. Yeah. So if you could work on getting them back together, that'd be great.
Oddly enough that you asked that question, we do a version of How I Could Just Kill a Man that has a combination of both versions into the one song. So, you know, we'll be playing that in Atlanta at Tabernacle, so people can get a little taste of both songs within one shot. You know.
Excellent. That's awesome. Yeah. So I'm putting you on a mission. I think you got to bring Rage Against the Machine back together. I think you have the power to do it, and I'm putting it on your plate. When you get time, I want you to bring Rage Against the Machine back together.
As far as I know, the rumor is back home that they're recording an album right now. So.
I've heard a little bit about it. I've heard that rumor, but until I see it, you know what I mean?
You just believe it for real.
Right.
Yeah, for real.
And I got one more question, and we'll get you on your way. I had another question. Somebody wanted to know, what was it like to work with Damian Marley, Bob Marley's son?
Oh, man, great dude, you know what I mean? Easy to work with, like, great vibe, the coolest dude ever, you know, that I've worked with, you know what I'm saying? Always positive, man, always got good ideas, and he's always on the money. And he gets higher than a kite.
Bob Marley's son? No way, you're lying. You're lying.
Freaking kite, man. Hey, look, when we've done a couple collaborations together, you know, dating back to, I think, shoot, what was our first collaboration with Damien Sen? It was Ganja Butts, right? But what album was that? Was that Till Death Do Us Part or something? Yeah, that was
yeah, I think it was Till Death Do Us Part.
And then, you know, we did a few collaborations after that. And the most recent one was the one with Rusko. But like he brings things together so easily, man, and it's always a pleasure to work with him. And one time I was, you know, after one of the collaborations that we'd done, he asked me to come translate some lyrics that he was writing in Spanish because he wanted to do kind of like a Spanish remake, and he wanted somebody to, you know, translate it for him into what he was saying in English to Spanish and put it in a way that he could kind of sing it the same way.
Oh, okay. So
I went down there, and Josh Stone was in there.
Wow.
Oliver Stone was in there.
What?
I mean, Nas was there. Everybody was there, man. It was like, Jesus Christ. It was like a who's who of who's who in there, man. And you know, it was a trip because we got to get high with Oliver Stone.
That's
we
pretty
didn't even
cool.
know it, but it was him. We were looking at him. We're like, who's this old dude just like Bogart over here? He wasn't. He was taking hits and not passing, you know. We're like, who's this old guy Bogart the weed? And then we look again and we're like, oh, that's Oliver Stone. Okay. Hey, Mr. Stone, you want to try some of my weed? Come try some of my stuff. And after that, he was losing his keys to his car and the whole shop, man. It was great.
Who brought your grandpa?
Who brought their grandpa to the studio to Bogart the weed?
That's awesome. All right, man. Well, we're going to wrap up with you. You want to plug out anything? Tell us where you're going to be, your Facebook, any of that stuff. Feel free to give it out right now.
Word up, man. We're going to be at the Tabernacle, I believe Saturday night, right? Is that what it is? Saturday night?
Saturday the 17th. You're already ready for the day?
Yeah, I'm ready, man. We're just going on Blake number 2 right now, so I'm trying to keep up with things. No, but yeah, we want everybody to come out to the Tabernacle, check out the show. You know, it's going to be off and cracking. You know, we love doing shows in ATL. It's one of the main places.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
I think we lost him.
I think we lost him.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Deaf to the cell phone.
I know. Well, we can call Jasmine back so that way he could say at least finish his plugs, I guess.
Deaf to the cell phone, for real.
Yours or mine?
All right, well, we're going to take a break and get him back on the line to just say bye to the listeners, man. Keep it locked right here at WSCT.